Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about the 7 ancient wonders of the world. But before we get into today's video, to those who are new to this channel, please feel free to click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you would be notified about the latest updates. So without any delay, let's get right into the video. The only surviving wonder is, of course, the Great Pyramid of Giza, built in the 2500s BCE during Egypt's 4th dynasty. The pyramids are great structures on the Giza Plateau that were built by 3 generations of monumental pyramid builders. The Great Pyramid was the first and largest and was built by Khufu, called Cheops by Herodotus. The second largest pyramid was built by his son Khafra, who most Egyptologists also believe constructed the Sphinx, while the third and smallest was built by Khafra's son Menkaure. The pyramids are the crowning glory of the Giza necropolis and originally gleamed in shining white limestone with golden capstones. They served as tombs for the pharaohs and were invested with intense religious symbolism, although the exact nature of that symbolism still divides scholars, and acted as a statement of the pharaoh's power over the materials and manpower needed to create them. Scholars now understand that their construction was a product of the immense resources Egypt could mobilize and a talented, well-paid labor force. Like almost all royal burials in Egypt, the pyramids were robbed millennia ago. Most likely, they were plucked clean in the first intermediate period that followed the collapse of Egypt's Old Kingdom in the 2200s BCE. The pyramids acted as tempting beacons for plunderers, and their failure to protect their occupants might explain the later shift to less conspicuous tombs like those in the Valley of the Kings. Time and scavenging took away the limestone casings and golden capstones, leaving the rough stone exteriors that we see today. Despite the looting and damage, the pyramids are some of the most recognizable structures on Earth and a magnet for tourism from all over the world. They may have failed to protect their pharaonic occupants, but for over 4,000 years, they still stand as a testament to their immense power. According to legend, the 6th century BC Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II had a colossal maze of waterfalls and dense vegetation incorporated into his palace for his wife, Amytis of Media, who missed her lush homeland in Persia. However, archaeologists still debate whether the garden really existed. The gardens were described by several ancient writers. The approach to the garden sloped like a hillside, and the several parts of the structure rose from one another tier on tier. The appearance of the whole resembled that of a theater. The ancient Greek historian Diodorus Siculus wrote in the 1st century BC. Archaeological excavations at the site of the ancient city of Babylon, located 60 miles south of Baghdad in modern-day Iraq, have not succeeded in revealing a site that can be definitively identified as the Hanging Gardens. Additionally, there are no surviving Babylonian records discussing them. One theory is that Diodorus Siculus and other ancient writers got the location wrong, and the gardens were actually constructed at the Mesopotamian city of Nineveh, near modern-day Mosul in northern Iraq. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was created by the great Greek sculptor Phidias, known as the finest sculptor of the ancient world in the 5th century BCE. The statue of Zeus depicted the god Zeus seated on his throne, his skin of ivory and robes of hammered gold, and was 12 meters, 40 feet, tall, designed to inspire awe in the worshippers who came to the temple of Zeus at Olympia. The statue of Olympian Zeus is regularly referenced as breathtaking. The temple at Olympia fell into ruin after the rise of Christianity and the ban on the Olympic Games as pagan rites. The statue was carried off to Constantinople, where it was later destroyed, sometime in either the 5th or 6th centuries, by either fire or an earthquake. Among the most impressive structures to house the deceased was the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. The mausoleum was designed between 353 and 350 BCE by the Greek architects Soterius and Pythes. It was created for Mausolos, a governor in the Persian Empire, and his wife and sister Artemisia II of Caria, who initiated its construction upon her husband's death. The mausoleum stood approximately 41 meters, 135 feet, high and was adorned with intricate exterior carvings and precious works of art. Despite standing for centuries and even surviving a raid by Alexander of Macedonia, a series of earthquakes finally rocked it to its core. All that remains are a few scattered pieces of its foundation. Built around 550 BC by Croesus, a king of Lydia, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus was praised by ancient writers for its beauty. It was set ablaze around 356 BC, supposedly by a man named Herostratus who sought fame. It's questionable whether Herostratus actually burned the temple, Emendorfer wrote, noting that people may have been searching for a scapegoat, not wanting to believe that a lightning strike could have destroyed the goddess's temple. In any case, the temple was rebuilt. In AD 262 the temple was damaged by an earthquake and plundered by the Goths. Whatever was left of the temple appears to have been abandoned or destroyed around the 5th century AD. Rhodes' entry into the pantheon of ancient wonders was the mighty Colossus of Rhodes. This was a massive 33 meters tall bronze statue of the traditional Greek god of the sun and patron of Rhodes, Helios, which towered over the harbor of the maritime nation. Historians are unsure of its precise location in the harbor, how exactly it was made, and even the pose it was cast in. However, that hasn't stopped centuries of admiration and speculation regarding it. The statue was built in the 280s BCE to celebrate the defeat of Demetrius Poliorcetes during the Siege of Rhodes, from 305 to 304 BCE, and was allegedly paid for by selling off their enemies' abandoned siege equipment. It took 12 years to build, but its long construction time was not matched with a long lifetime. In 226 BCE, just 54 years after its completion, a devastating earthquake sent the Colossus toppling to the ground. Despite being offered help to rebuild it by the Ptolemies of Egypt, Rhodes interpreted its destruction as a sign of divine disfavor and never repaired it. Built on the orders of Pharaoh Ptolemy II Philadelphus, who reigned from around 285 to 246 BC, the Lighthouse of Alexandria guided mariners into Alexandria, in Egypt, one of the largest ports in the ancient world, and which may have been built to align with the rising sun on the day of Alexander the Great's birth. The lighthouse was built on the island of Pharos, located at the entrance to Alexandria's harbor. A causeway was created to connect the island to the mainland. The lighthouse had a mirror that reflected sun rays during the day, and a fire was set at night and at other times when it was necessary. Estimates for the lighthouse's height vary, but it may have been around 400 feet, 122 meters, tall. The lighthouse was in use throughout the Middle Ages, but it collapsed in the mid-14th century. Damage from a series of earthquakes and coastal erosion contributed to its collapse, although efforts were made throughout the Middle Ages to repair the damage. Today, what's left of the lighthouse, along with a sizable portion of ancient Alexandria, lie underwater. Remains of the lighthouse were discovered by archaeologists in 1994, and studies of them are ongoing. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to receive the latest update from my channel. See you soon in another interesting video. Bye.